Look at you being Mr. Sound Tech over there. That's great.
Well, it's not just that. It's just, you are a part of the family now. Gooble gobble, one of us. Gooble gobble, one. No.
Thank you for downloading our recent episode. For more episodes like this, go to movieguyspodcast.podbean.com for more episodes. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another awesome episode of Movie Guys Podcast. And tonight we are talking about Tron ARES. Not only are we going to be talking about Tron ARES, but the Tron franchise, because your boy here has never seen Tron. You heard that from the episode previous. So I watched 1 and 2 to prepare for this one. I have a lot of opinions. Chad, how the hell are you doing?
I'm so excited to hear what you thought, not just about Tron ARES, because I have some very strong feelings about this movie, but also about Tron Legacy. So maybe we need to do a 5-minute episode on Tron Legacy real quick before we jump into Tron ARES.
Oh yeah, we need to. I will tell you right now, I like Tron ARES more than Tron Legacy. Tron Legacy is the worst in the franchise.
That's it for this week's episode of Movie Guys. Thanks for. Oh my god. Oh, Jordan.
Tron Legacy was garbage.
There's so many ways for you to be right, and yet you're wrong.
So
you know what?
Yeah.
In a land of opportunity, I'm leaving it up to you to fumble it.
No, it's okay. Yeah. I'll tell you. So
tell me. Learn me.
This is my personal opinion, right? God forbid I'm a reviewer, right? But one thing that Tron and Tron ARES didn't do was put me to sleep. Tron Legacy put me to sleep twice. That is not at all where I wanted the sequel to go at all. The visuals were great. Love the visuals. The light bikes in the arena with the great visuals, right? It was nice to see Jeff Bridges back, right? Clue was a bad villain. I didn't like it. I will forgive the bad CG just like I forgave the first one because, that face CG stuff wasn't there yet. It just didn't go where I wanted it to go. And if you want, I can explain to you where I thought it needed to go. But I thought the story was really, really bad. Mind you, I will tell you that Tron ARES is not a great movie, and it just doesn't mean I'm going to give it a great review. I'm just saying it's a piece of kernel in a shit sandwich,
I love it. Well, I mean, certainly, obviously, I'm joking about giving you a hard time. Review how you feel. I actually like Tron Legacy more than I like Tron ARES, believe it or not. Tron Legacy hooks me back in with story, development of characters, father-son. Son is entering into his father's world, his father's creation. At the beginning of the movie, he doesn't care about his father's business whatsoever. In fact, he releases everything to the public because, he's still the majority share owner. The movie happens. You see the reunion on the grid. Clue could have been a little bit better. I think some of the writing was a little rough, and then cobble that with how Clue was just visualized. I think at the time the CGI was just maybe a little behind on that one, but I feel like everything else they nailed it. I would give it a solid. Oh boy, I'd probably give it a large bag, honestly.
So I'm in the minority. So when I went on Reddit, there's a lot of different Reddit pages and forums that say that Tron Legacy is the best one, and then Tron ARES. That's fine. It's just, I feel what Tron Legacy should have been was Terminator 2 style. What I mean by that is Terminator 1 came out in 1984, and it's actually classified as an independent movie. In 1991, James Cameron had more money. They pretty much remade Terminator 1, just upped the scale and expanded the story more. And that's where I thought they needed to go with Tron Legacy, because in the first Tron, it was Master Computer kidnapping programs that are rogue and put them in gladiatorial games where there's no chance of winning and there's certain death. That is the crux of that. So why not expand that more? Have more of a political thing going on, right? What's going on in the grid? Who is Clue? Why is Clue in charge? Oh, because Jeff Bridges created him? Okay, great, but what about the people that are following, the programs that are following him, right? Is there a class hierarchy of programs? How do they go around rounding up these people? I want to know more about the games, because that's what Tron is, right? Because Flynn is a game creator. He creates games. And then you get put into the grid and you play games. So for it to be this totally different thing just threw me for a loop. I'm just like, wait, what are they going with this? And Olivia Wilde as a love interest didn't do anything with me. And I'm just like, wait a minute. She's a program. She was created in the grid and now she's a human being? Who's ISOs? Who are they? It just seems...
They were natural, like, evolutionary beings that just were created on the grid. They didn't really dive into how much of that happened.
Give me more.
Jeff Bridges was just kind of like, it just kind of happened.
Right. Give me more. I think that they were so excited to make a Tron 2 that they just had so many different ideas and they were throwing so many darts at the dartboard and they were just going with anything that stuck. I think the story was just so crazy. It wasn't grounded.
For me, it was the name. Maybe I'm a bit of a reductionist, so I'm like, okay, Tron Legacy. You're going from the legacy of Flynn from being this game creator and his creation, Clue, to his legacy being his son. He missed out on his son all these years because he got trapped on the grid. And he helps his son escape, continuing his legacy of in the human world, but obviously ending himself, spoiler alert, on the grid there.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly, right. But yeah, no, I'm glad we're here. Tron Ares, I hadn't, other than a short few previews that I skimmed through, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I remember seeing that. I didn't really know a whole much about this before embarking on it. I mean, Jared Leto's Jared Leto. He's kind of looking to shake off the Morbius movie, I think.
And the sex scandals.
Oh yeah, how could we forget?
Don't want to forget that. Jared Leto and I have a very interesting relationship. I mean,
Are you guys friends?
Yeah, I mean, like, I fell in love with Jared Leto in college when I saw Requiem for a Dream. I'm just like, who is this guy? I think this is great. And then, like, a year after I saw Requiem, I heard this band called 30 Seconds to Mars. That was his band. I was like, okay, this is cool. Everybody was hip to that, back in the early 2000s. And I was like, okay, this guy's great. He was in a great movie that I've seen him in, and he's in a great band. I'm enjoying it. Oh, he's going to play Joker? So, anytime he's in something, I'm interested in it. But he's also batshit crazy. Behind the scenes here, during the filming of the movie, Jared Leto... This is a Jared Leto pushed production, by the way. Jared Leto got the script, changed the script. He also produced the movie. This was not the original script. Just so you know.
Okay.
But Jared Leto, what was it? Oh yeah, he wanted to be in character throughout the whole production of the movie. He wanted to be called Ares, and he would walk and talk and act like Ares. He was that kind of guy. And the only person that wouldn't subdue to that was Jeff Bridges. And then when interviewed, they were like, why didn't you go along with Jared Leto? And Jeff Bridges says, well, I'm Flynn, right? So I created the grid, therefore I created Ares, therefore I'm a master. My point.
Gonna fight with Jeff Bridges.
My point is Jared Leto's kind of a D-bag sometimes. But this movie happened because of Jared Leto. So then my question to you is, are you happy that Jared Leto got involved? Or did you know what I mean? Like, what do you? I mean, like, because of Jared Leto, this movie is here.
I mean, knowing that his fingerprints were over it more, I think my answer is no. Like, I wish it would have been another direction. Yeah, without giving too much else of my review away, or maybe I should. I don't know.
Do what you want.
I feel like some of the character development was a little. I didn't care for Athena. I didn't care for the story about the Kim sisters. I thought it was, they were trying to make Ares master control again. I can kind of appreciate that trope coming back into it. I think the film spent so much time trying to set up other things that it just distracted from any kind of coherent storytelling.
Which is funny because that's how we feel about Legacy.
And my problem isn't so much that they all had stories. Now, if I could suspend my disbelief in how it connects to earlier Tron movies outside of anything on the grid, maybe I would appreciate it more. But because it's Flynn's creation, and Flynn has 3 minutes of screen time, 5 minutes of screen time.
Mm-hmm.
There's no mention of the son other than he just vanishes. Like, okay, that's a cool plot point. Maybe they couldn't get him for the movie. Maybe he didn't want to be in it. This is where I think these studios need to be more comfortable with recasting. Like, if somebody doesn't want to come back, if you can't get them, recast them.
I totally agree with you. That's what would have happened if Jared Leto wasn't involved. Like I said, there was a script. It was not this. Ares was kind of like a Clue character. Like, Ares was not the crux of it. This movie was not supposed to be called Ares. Right? It was supposed to be about Dillinger versus the Flynn family. But then it just, Jared Leto got involved and said, "Oh, I want to play Ares, and I'm going to change these things." It totally threw me for a loop. I actually had to rewind it because it's on Disney Plus for people that are listening. I went back and had like that data dump in the beginning. I rewound it like 2 or 3 times. I'm just like, wait, what's going on? The son just sold his shares and went deuces. There's these 2 Asian girls that are now in charge. What? How is Dillinger still a major company when his grandfather was thrown out for stealing Flynn's work anyway?
It's like I love using this line, and I hope you get a kick out of it. But this is the equivalent of, in the last Star Wars movie, somehow Palpatine returned. Like, that's what this moment is like with Dillinger. Like, somehow Dillinger returned. Disney keeps doing this move,
right,
where they don't know how to build characters that are just characters, and they feel like they're overdoing it. It's like, just chill a little bit, and it's not a direction they needed to go.
Buddy, one more thing about Tron Legacy: they completely mishapped on the Dillinger thing because it was played for 3 seconds by Cillian Murphy, who is great. Did you see that in Tron Legacy? Dillinger's son was played by Cillian Murphy. And that came out right after Dark Knight. He was on a rise. Like, why cast this guy if you're not going to do anything with him? But no, we get Evan Peters, who I really, really like Evan Peters. I'm a big American Horror Story fan, the OG seasons, not the new ones. I love him and all that stuff. I loved him as Dahmer, right? Evan Peters, he's great. I really do like him. He deserves an Oscar. But you don't put somebody like Evan Peters in the guy sitting in the chair role.
You know what I felt like? And I'm going to go back to Star Wars, believe it or not. This is going to be a Star Wars Tron crossover. I felt like the casting for Dillinger in this case, this young Dillinger trying to prove his worth on the stage, is kind of like how we all felt about Hayden Christensen and Anakin Skywalker at the time. Now, I think that's all maybe grown on us, or at least it's grown on me. But at the time, when they're trying to make Hayden Christensen this angry Sith Lord, and he's giving his diatribe to Obi-Wan during Revenge of the Sith after he just knocked out Padme. I'll bring peace, justice to my new empire. And it's like, man,
That's such a great line.
I don't buy you as the villain. I can't buy you as that. Kind of like how I couldn't buy Athena as a scary, ruthless thing that was going to be coming after Ares and coming after Eve. I wanted more than what I got. I felt let down.
Well, what you're going to get is the basic plot, which is Dillinger's grandson, which is played by Evan Peters. You got Apple versus Microsoft here, right? You got Encon and you got the Dillinger company, right? I don't know what they named it.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
Dillinger creates AI. Well, it doesn't create AI, but he creates ARES, which ARES cannot survive in the real world for less than 25 minutes or less. So he creates ARES as master computer to actually go into Encon's mainframe database, the grid, and infiltrate so it can get the code so ARES can live in the real world indefinitely. That's basically what it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, correct me if I'm right. I just want to make sure that I got that from the plot. That's the whole plan. Is to make ARES not die after 25 minutes in the real world. Correct?
Right.
That's a stupid plot. I hate that plot. Like I just absolutely hate it. And then we get these two chicks that are now in charge of Enron, but they're twin sisters, but one dies? Did they say why, how, and one died?
Cancer. It was in that
the woman cancer
that Ares was watching. Yeah.
Okay, see, I missed that. Yeah, always got to have the woman cancer. Got it. So the sister dies. So now the other sister, Eve, is that it?
Yes.
Again, shitty writing. Hey, it's a rebirth. She's a woman. What should we call her? Eve. That's brilliant.
About that, but that's great.
That's brilliant. You know, it's great. Lilith never gets her due. One of these days, we got to make a Lilith movie. I would appreciate that. I believe more in Lilith than Liv. I'm glad you know about Lilith. I'm proud of you. You're laughing. Either you know it or you don't know it, and you're trying to move on.
Yeah.
Which one is it? Do you know Lilith or do you not know Lilith?
I'm with you.
You're hip?
I'm hip to the jive.
Awesome. So, Eve is in charge of the company, and she is trying to develop this software, this code, whatever you want to call it, to make something last longer than 25 minutes. And this is where the orange tree comes back into play, hence back from the other two movies about oranges. While that's going on, Evan Peters can't figure out how to make ARES survive. So this is this back and forth for a little bit, and then we get 3D printing of other soldiers, right? They're all in the red, trying to infiltrate Enron. It's Enron. And sorry. I'm a millennial. I'm sorry.
Is it?
I just don't understand where the plot's going, though. Like, I don't understand. So ARES is created, Jared Leto ARES, and then out of nowhere he decides to be good, which is confusing to me too.
Well, he's established as the guy who's taking the orders from Dillinger, and in those first couple scenes, once Eve is in the Dillinger grid, he's like, "Can I trust you?" And he's immediately trying to disobey the directive, which then puts Athena in the leader chair, the bad guy chair.
Yeah, but why does he disapprove the directive? Because he has a heart of gold?
Well, when he's chasing her, when he's he sees that he scans her, and it's this empathetic. He scans that she's being empathetic, that he's about to de-res in the real world.
Mm.
And
I will
he
tell you.
Immediately is going, oh shoot, like there's something deeper here.
Right. So what happens is like Evan Peters summons, Ares, and what's his goon's name? There's supposed to be the bad guy. Athena. Ares and Athena. Thank you. Greek mythology. They're chasing after Eve with this great. I will argue with you. I don't know if you agree with me or not, but visually, the greatest light bike sequence in the franchise. Right? I mean, when they're traveling in the city, racing against her. This is great stuff.
Oh yeah. No,
visually, action is great.
All the real world Tron stuff I thought was great. It was entertaining. It was fun to see.
Which I hate.
In the real world?
Oh yeah. I mean, like visually, it was great to see, right? But for story purposes, it's terrible, because at the end of the movie, when all hell breaks loose, you're gonna tell me there's no military, there's no cops. Like, this is the real freaking world.
Well, and that's where my beef was. Is like, here comes the horseshoe ship, which I can't even remember what it's called. Is it a recognizer?
Let's go with it.
But like out of nowhere, here comes like some F-18s and the U.S. military trying to lock on, and then the other fighters, the light fighters, turn on their jets and intercept the missiles, and it's just okay. We escalated way too fast, way too soon here.
Yes. This is the part of the movie with the light bite sequence. So it's two sides of a coin. Visually, it's great, right, when they're chasing after Eve, but then also constructively for the story, it doesn't make any sense. I hate that we're in the real world. We need to be in the grid for the fantastical things to happen, right? And for this to be in the real world, meaning that there's two jerks doing a podcast and look out my window and here comes light bikes speeding by. It's just like, what? No. I don't like that it's in the real world at all. But I understand why they did it. It's not good storytelling. But Eve, inside of her, in her mind, in her psyche, she may not know it, but in her mind, she knows this code to keep Ares alive for indefinitely. That's the whole point, right?
Right.
So Ares gets her into the grid, and Ares has a change of heart. So now it's Bonnie and Clyde, it's Ares, and it's Eve going against Dillinger and Athena, right? Yeah. And it just becomes a cat and mouse game at this point.
Yeah, and
correct.
Started to be where I just got lost and didn't care as much. I was like, okay, then a thing happened, then a thing happened, then a thing happened. It's hard for me when I don't care too much about the characters. I'm not really going to care a whole lot about the plot or care.
Good point.
And that's where I'm like, okay, well the visuals are nice. Okay, well that's at least. Oh look, there's a recognizer ship in the real world. Oh look, now we went, skipping ahead here a little bit. Here we went back to the 80s grid.
I want to talk about that in detail as we go on, but it's like, okay, so Ares and Eve are in Dillinger's grid. We get some other great visuals too, right? Where they're under the water in these speedboats, right? They're getting chased, explosions, pa, right? Right, very Michael Bay-ish, right? And then that boat turns into like a jet ski. All great stuff. To eventually they get out of the grid and they're back in the real world. And he tells her that he has 25 minutes, of course, and they need to, and this is where I get confused, they need to get him back to the grid. I'm sorry, but to do what? They were in the grid, they escaped the grid, now Ares says, I have 25 minutes until I die, so you got to get me back into the grid. To do what?
He's after.
Did I miss something?
He's after the permanence code, essentially. They want the permanence code, and if Athena is able to capture Eve, they the whole point of her being in the Dillinger grid in the first place is so that they can get the permanence code out of her, and then the whole threat was, and then she'll probably be deleted in the process. And because
I gotcha.
the bad guy, when he told Ares, "Hey, that's fine." And I think that was the moment he kind of turned. He was like, "Well, wait, like, why are we deleting this user?" So the permanence code is the thing being chased this entire time. And so Athena can get her back to the Dillinger grid one way or another. That's how they'll get it.
So then that's why Ares needs to go back to, because he was in the Dillinger grid and he needs to switch grids. He needs to jump from the Dillinger grid to jump to the Flynn grid to get what he desires, to get what he seeks. That's the point of him coming from Dillinger grid to the real world to go back to Flynn grid. Right? That's the point.
Yep.
And then to eventually he does get into the Flynn grid, which was nice. It definitely did put a smile on my face. When Ares got to the Dillinger grid, it was all retro 80s. It looked exactly like it was pulled from the original Tron, even to the light bike. It looked great.
Yeah, I enjoyed the retro piece there, especially like how they even made it look like it was part of the original Tron movie. So I can appreciate that. I think I kind of wonder how much of that was done later in the development process of this project. Like, hey, we might be losing people. Let's make sure we throw some more nostalgia in there, like just in case we're losing them, then we can bring them back.
Okay, speaking of bringing things back, so eventually in the Flynn grid, Ares gets to Flynn's hideout, and it's like a hologram ghost Flynn. No right or wrong answer, but is Flynn dead? Is this his ghost, his spirit? Because he's not there, but he is conscious. What's going on? Where's Flynn?
I think it's probably whatever you want it to be. I mean, for me,
right. Well, what do you want to be?
I think it's a program, because that's a different grid than the grid that's explored in the second movie, right?
Right, because Flynn created the second grid, right?
The first grid was technically Encom,
which was not Flynn.
The second grid was Flynn's grid,
which is kind of stupid, because why are there thunderstorms in the sky?
Because they had to put something up in the sky, or else it would look weird.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll go with you. I'll go with you on that ride.
That's the
why not?
Cheap writing fix for something that would look odd on the screen.
I mean, they didn't put anything in the sky in the first movie, and it looked fine. But okay, you're right though. That's a very good point. So the grid that they go to in the first movie is not actually Flynn's grid. It is Enron's, not Enron. Damn it.
Encom.
Encon. I was gonna say Enron. Screw it. It's Encon's grid. That's a very good point. So then, the Flynn that Ares meets, in your opinion, is not Flynn himself. It is a program.
Yeah.
So who created this grid then? What I'm dubbing the Flynn grid. Did this program
from which movie? From which movie? There's 3 grids.
This movie, right? Tron Ares, when Ares goes to the 80s grid.
That's the original Encom grid that is accessible from the basement of the arcade.
Oh, good point. Okay, gotcha. Okay, so that grid is still active then.
At least that's kind of how it felt. Because why else would you go to the pain of making it look like that if it's not meant to be that one?
Because maybe this Flynn program wanted it to be like that. But you bring up a very interesting point, though, right? Because, well, I don't know, though. Maybe your point is wrong, though. Because wouldn't Encom delete that old grid?
Why would they? Encom's fine now.
Right. But why would they have the old grid? That's the whole point of technology, right? We don't keep computers that are 15 years old because they don't work anymore. So this old grid wouldn't work anymore, right?
Just to be mild comic relief, really bad comic relief, actually. You would be surprised by how many computer systems are still operating in real on really old systems that are out there. It would shock you.
You
Like
you mean like you mean like XP or Vista?
Yeah, sometimes older programs. There's a program written to serve a certain function in a business, and for whatever reason, it's never rewritten, it's never updated, and in fact, so much information is lost about this program that if they do anything to this computer and do anything to this program, it's going to wreck half the business because so much of it's dependent on it.
That's fascinating. Okay. See, my thought is, after 5-6 years, technology is obsolete. We got the new one. So you're saying that it is very believable for you that the OG grid would still be around and functional.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe it's there to be a relic. Like, oh, look, here's what we did. But it looks like there's nothing going on that grid. Like, because Ares just jumps on a bike, and he gets some help from Bit or Bite or whatever the thing's name is. The yes, no, yes. The floating ball.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
100%.
Jumps on a light bike, makes his way to Flynn and Bob your uncle. You know what I mean? Like, he just gets there effortlessly. So there's
okay. So for my mind to understand, you're saying that the OG grid is like when I go to visit spacejam.com. It's still operational.
Probably, yeah.
It's still there. You can still do stuff on it, but it's so outdated, right?
Yeah, nobody would think to look there.
Right. Okay. So Ares goes to spacejam.com, and he meets. So your feelings, it's not right or wrong, but your feelings is that this is not Flynn, this is a program Flynn. So do you feel, though, that real Flynn is dead then? Because of what happened at the end of Tron Legacy?
Yes.
Okay, so you think that this is just a program replicating Flynn to do what? Because Ares is a no Flynn, right? So it's not like it's his son. It's not like Ares is Flynn's son to make him feel something, right? It's not like this. I mean, can this program change the way it looks all the time, or is this program taking the identity of Flynn?
Well, it's kind of poetic justice if you think about it, because Flynn in the second movie creates a program based on himself, and he wants that to be his legacy. LOL, wink, wink. And then it turns out that that's not what he wanted at all. And so he sacrifices his own legacy for his flesh and blood legacy right in front of him. But then here in the third movie, when we see we'll just say a version of Flynn come face to face with a program wanting to be human, it's almost like here's an opportunity to undo everything you did, trying to create a program in your image, something in that's going to be your story, that's going to do whatever you want the grid to do, the digital frontier, as he says in his book. Here's a chance for that frontier to look just slightly different. So instead of people coming into the digital world, it's like when the movie starts and it's just that TV and Flynn's talking. Do you remember at the very, very beginning of the movie of Ares?
Right. Yes.
And he's like, we won't just go into the digital world. The digital world will come here. And that's the linchpin of this whole point of him meeting Ares and giving Ares the ability to be a real person. He can be a real boy.
Very good points. It's hard to argue it. The way I took the movie was that Flynn is alive. They even show posters on the wall after the scene of Flynn lives for some reason. I feel this is his psyche, and he's just lost in the grid somewhere, right? Because Jeff Bridges, for whatever reason, can't leave the franchise. And if there's a fourth one, which there will not be, this movie has underperformed dramatically. That they could rescue Flynn, right? Search of Spock, search for Flynn.
Yeah. No.
But I do like your idea. I actually like your idea better than mine. I think it's a great idea. So, Flynn, fake Flynn, was able to give Ares what he needed, and then Ares gets back to the real world, and then we have this end, like, just big city battle. Is it just me, or when the F-1 fighters came out and was starting to shoot everywhere, I thought of Godzilla 98? Or is it just me?
I've not seen that, so maybe it's just you.
Oh, hold on. Bad millennial. You're being a bad millennial right now. You've never seen Godzilla 98 with Matthew Broderick?
I don't remember. It must have been not great.
Well, hold on. We're the same age.
Yeah.
That movie was everywhere. Size Matters, Taco Bell, here, Lizard, Puff Daddy.
Yeah.
What?
No, I remember what you're talking. I've probably seen it. I probably have to look it up on YouTube and get a quick video.
Okay.
Did I just get kicked off the show? Hello?
I don't know what to say right now. I'm sorry.
Do we just need to give our popcorn ratings and go to bed? Like, what are we doing here?
You're just my age. I'm shocked. That's all.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. Dude, I have so many movies to show you.
I can't wait.
Anyway. So we get the ending battle, right, where Athena comes into the real world again. She's going to have like her horseshoe ship, like you were saying, right? TIE fighters are fighting with her. You know, just this chaos, mass chaos, to eventually where like Athena's job is that she wants to, at any means necessary, take this, what'd you call the program that they needed to like live forever? What was it called?
Oh, shoot. The Permanence Code.
Permanence Code, thank you. To where Athena kills Evan Peters' mom. And I was like, no, not Evan Peters' mom, right? So she gets stabbed, dude. Also, too, they kind of changed this in this movie, too, right? To where, like, you know, the Frisbee disc is no longer that. It's more of a triangle.
Yeah.
Right? But so Athena kills his mom. He realizes he's messed up. He's done a lot of bad things. We get a big battle. Ares, again, changes, has a heart of gold, and now we have a battle with them. He eventually kills her. And the point of this was to... Okay, so they meaning Encon, needed to go into the Dillinger's grid and nuke it. And if they nuked Dillinger's grid, then there's nothing that these, like Athena or other programs, can be online to, right? Because they're not jacked into the Matrix.
Correct. It's kind of like destroying the mothership, and then all the other little ships will go away.
Right. Pretty obvious where that happens, right? And then, you know, movie ends, you know, with everybody being happy and Jared Leto just exploring the world and being very, very irresponsible with a motorcycle.
Yeah.
At the end, you know, he's like, I'm just going to go. Man, big tough guy. Okay, so you said popcorn ratings, right? So popcorn rating for me. I'm going to lump in the whole franchise, right? So I feel if they never made Legacy or Ares, I feel that this would be very, very strong. Because even though the CGI or the graphics wasn't that good in the original movie, that original movie had something that the other two don't. And that's charm, in my opinion. I feel that first movie was a real fun treat to go back to where people thought the future thing was going to go. Kind of like Back to the Future Part 2. It's kind of fun. And I've watched Tron for a week. I've watched all three movies, so I'm really delved into this world. I didn't know about this a week ago, which is kind of fun if you think about it, right? Like a week ago, I didn't even know a single thing about Tron. And now here I am talking about all this stuff. The Tron Legacy I don't like at all. That's not where I wanted the story to go. So, for me, Tron Legacy would be a small bag. This movie I feel was a little bit better, but not by much. So it doesn't deserve a medium because it's not by much. Maybe a bag of maybe a small bag of popcorn, with some extra butter, some salt on it. But I would tell you, the only reason I'll ever watch another Tron movie ever again is if it comes out and it's on the Movie Guys podcast schedule. Like, I don't have any desire to see anything of this again. Jared Leto took the project and decided to make it his own. Hey, great, good for you. I thought the bad guy, Athena, wasn't that bad guy-ish that I wanted. Evan Peters, I thought, was miscast. I think that's a theme for this franchise, too. There's a lot of great actors that are just miscast. And I think Jeff Bridges needs to hang his hat on Tron. So, even though that ARES is great visually, they do a good job. They stick with the formula of having great visuals. The overall story loses you and confuses you. And I don't like that they mix it in the real world. It just makes the fantastical unfantastical. So, for me, Tron Ares is a small bag. Chad, what is your popcorn rating for Tron Ares?
Yeah, no, it's a small bag for me too. I was going back and forth as I usually do. I get about a third of the way, half the way through these movies, and I'm usually selected between two spots. I try not to be all over the place if I can help it, because half the time I feel like my mind's already made up somewhere on the spectrum of popcorn sizes. So I was kind of between a small and a medium, and I found myself like, I can't create enough excuses to give this a medium. Between the character development, I don't care about the good guys. I don't really care about the bad guys. The one guy I care about is in it for 3 minutes because I like Jeff Bridges. Yeah, that's it. I think I've said all really I want to say about Tron Ares, and that's an understatement. So we're going to go small bag.
Well, because you and I both give this a small bag, this is in the running, not guaranteed, but this is in the running for the most disappointing film of the year nomination. Doesn't mean it's going to get it, but it could be. Because this was something that we should have been excited about, right? I mean, you like Tron Legacy enough to where, you would like a third movie. And this is not going the franchises. This is not going the way the franchise you want it to go.
Correct.
Clearly. So that's what it is. Small bag for me, small bag for you. Totally get it. Of course, we're not saying anything different than other people are reviewing it, saying it's not that great. What is great, though, Chad, is if you go to movieguyspodcast.podbean.com. Go to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcast from. We are on those platforms. Every Thursday morning when you wake up to go to work, there's a new episode for you guys. So other than that, Chad, thank you so much for joining me, and we'll be back next Thursday for another awesome episode. Have a good night.
Bye.
I'm going to give you the sixth one, right? Because it's kind of all in the same category, right? So number 6 was medium, hot, wild, and blazing. Okay? So you got 5 more. You have any idea, take a stab at this, what the top 5 OG sauces were at B-Dubs back in the day when they opened? Oh, it's interesting, huh?
See, I struggle because B-Dubs has always been B-Dubs to me. Like, I've always recognized it for what it is. I guess it's not changed in my head. So
sure,
maybe this establishment was just intentionally small. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
But I also crisscrossed some of the flavors with another wing joint that was a franchise in Southern Ohio. Actually, there was one in Sandusky, Quaker Steak and Lube. So I may have some of the sauces crisscrossed.
Sure.
And so I'm thinking like Caribbean Jerk, but I think that's Quaker Steak.
No, you're right. Caribbean Jerk is B-Dubs. There are probably other wing stations, but that's not a part of the original 5. How about this? Instead of guessing, do you want me just to tell you the original sauces?
Well, I kind of want to.
You kind of want to guess? You kind of want to guess? Here.
Like I feel like sweet barbecue and honey barbecue. One of those has to be
So
it.
check this out. I'm gonna do you a solid here, okay? I'm gonna help you out. Okay. I'm going to pull up the B-Dub sauces list so you can actually like look at something and be like, okay, I'm trying to find like a good one here.
Oh, okay.
Kind of help you out here. Let's see here. See here. Pull this up here for you. Okay, do you actually see the list here?
No.
Or is it a little choppy?
I just see you. I don't see. You're
Oh,
not
I'm sorry. My fault. There you go. Can you see the list?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so screw the states, right? Just here are the ones. What do you think? You got 1, 2, 3, 4. You got 5.
And you know which one of these is the the originals?
Top 5 originals, yeah.
Well, I know none of the seasonings were around in the beginning, so I know I can mark all those off.
And like I said, to make it clear, okay, so what I did was I just remembered going to this B-Dubs back in the day, 21 years ago. And again, it's not the B-Dubs, Walmart kind of B-Dubs. It was different back then. So I just Googled what were the original sauces, because I found out from my searches that B-Dubs opened in like 83, 84. And it was called and it was called BW3s is what people called it, because it was Buffalo, Wild Wings, and Whack, and then people called it B-Dubs. So then I looked, right, to help you with your search here. And I'm like, okay, here are the 6 OG sauces. But number 6 is kind of a mixture of it's like number 6 is like medium, hot, wild, and blazing. So it's kind of all in like one, right? But you got 5 more that are separate, that don't belong in that really hot category. And these 5 are the OG sauces when B-Dubs first opened their doors. So I'm kind of curious what you think. You have any guesses?
Parmesan garlic.
You are correct. Parmesan garlic is one of the OGs.
You're making me think. Asian Zing.
Correct. Asian Zing. I'm surprised you got that. I think you're cheating.
Well, because I'm trying to like backwards remind myself here, and trying to think of which ones have been around for the longest. Because you say 5, I feel like there were like 8 or 10.
You're right. Right. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. But I gave you 4: medium, hot, wild, and blazing.
Is mango habanero one of them?
I thought that was it because that's my favorite, and it's not.
Okay.
How about this? I'm going to give you a hint. Teriyaki is not even the original flavor.
That's where I was going next. Nashville hot?
Incorrect.
No.
So
no.
So you got,
as soon as I said it.
So you had Asian Zing, and what else did you have?
Caribbean jerk and Parmesan garlic.
Yeah. Okay. So Caribbean jerk is a popular one, but it's not an OG one. So Asian Zing is an OG, and Parmesan garlic is an OG. You got 3 more left to go.
Honey barbecue or sweet barbecue?
Correct. Honey barbecue is another OG. You got 2 more. One is so obvious.
It's not. What are the ones you gave me? Mild, medium, hot,
wild, and blazing. It's not one of those because I just gave you those. But one is like, it's just so obvious. If it was a snake, it would bit you.
Well, what's the original one? Like it's original buffalo.
There you go. Original buffalo.